All right. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. So welcome to another episode of the new account series. This is gonna be, I think, episode 46. And now show you guys quickly my progress so far. I've been playing for a little bit more than 121 hours. And that's a lot of time lately because of the fact that I've been using mostly the FAK strategy on 6.3, and therefore I've been using it as I was doing other things on my computer or when I was just moving around with my mobile phone, right? I was playing it, but at the same time wasn't really paying too much attention to it. So that's why I've been able to add such a huge amount of time, and yeah, so that's it. Serta, hi, welcome to the stream. And I've just started it right now, so you haven't really lost anything. My research looks like this. As the title says, my loot frequency now is level 66. My loot rarity is level 10. All the other upgrades have stayed pretty much the same since the last episode, so nothing really to mention. I've been using lately the bidders, the loot I've been collecting, other than selling it for cast maps and for prestige tickets. I've been upgrading here the extra damage from freezing, right? And so that's the thing I've been doing lately. Not really upgrading that much splash, other than the passive max experience. Hi, welcome. And not really too much time here. You can see that this is the in-game time, 123 hours. It's not really that much if you consider it. I've been playing on this new cloud save, like this new account, for probably 6 months already, around 6 months. So it's not too much time, really. If it's around 2 hours. No, wait. Each month is 30 days, right? So in 6 months you have 180 days. So that's a little bit less than 1 hour each day of in-game time. So that's not really that much if you consider it. And now my rest of the research, as I've showed you last time, in being able to play 6.3 also to collect resources, it's been upgraded my Gauss a little bit more. You can see here some abilities and the bonus double time especially, and that's pretty much it. I've been also using the bidders to max my miner's mining speed. You can see I have it maxed now for scalar, for vector, matrix, and tensor, other than of course Infer. That was the first one I got with the mining speed as well modifier. Yeah, this is pretty much been my progress really lately, and I'm gonna show you just one run here on 6.3. The strategy what I've been using lately, that it's really the same strategy. I haven't really changed it, despite the fact that my loot frequency, it's been steadily increasing, but the strategy overall, it's always the same one, because it's so reliable, right? And again, it's the FAK strategy where you don't really need to pay that much attention to the game, other than right at the beginning. So congrats, Serta, on getting your loot frequency up to level 12. Loot rarity level 6, yeah, it's not too bad. In my opinion, once you reach loot rarity level 10, I think that's it. I don't really think you need to upgrade it any further. Based on the few tasks I've done, it's just a lot more important to upgrade loot frequency. So once you reach level 10, even level 20, sometimes you can go with loot rarity, but then just focus all your efforts on loot frequency and try to max it. So here I'm gonna go, of course, for enemy speed first. Okay, so here, what were we saying? Awesome, thank you. I tried the game in the past, but can't engage that much due to being grindy. Hope you have a good time. Yeah, it's especially the endless part, right? That needs the grind. All the previous part of the game, when you are unlocking the stages, right, the levels, and you're collecting all the stars and so on, I think that's a lot more maybe interesting, right? Because you're also unlocking the towers. But then as you start endless, it becomes a bit more grindy, because of course, in order to progress and to really be able to max everything, right, you need to do a lot of things. And of course, to do those things, you need to play the game a lot. And I'm sure there are many players who don't really have maybe the time, or they're not willing, right, to spend that much on the game. And personally, I enjoy the game a lot, so that's why I do it with pleasure. And after, you know, sometimes I do 6.3, I also get tired, so that's when I just quit. You know, I do something else, I work out, I homework, I study something, I read, and then after, you know, a couple hours, then maybe I come back and I do again, like a couple times, and so on. So you don't really have to reach the point where you are forcing yourself to play the game, right? You always have to be fun. You always have to have fun and enjoy doing it. 78 hours in 3 months. That's okay, I would say, because again, 3 months is roughly 90 days. So that's a little bit less than 1 hour each day. So that's good. You know, personally, I haven't really played. Maybe lately I've been playing a little bit more because I've been using the FAK strategy. So I've been playing like with the game going on, but without really paying too much attention to it. But before then, I think I've played the game for roughly like 1 hour each day. Like not really more than that. Because of course you need to do all the progress, for example, in placing all the tiles, selling custom maps, you know, that is not counted as playing time for the game, but it's still real time that you are gonna spend. So that's why we end up always playing a bit more than 1 hour, and a little bit more time than what the saved game says. But still, I don't really think it's that much time. And yeah, you know, this is just to show you guys the progress if you want to max endless. So if you want to reach the point where you max your frequency, you max your rarity, and you max every single upgrade in the research, this is the most efficient way to do it. You know, because you can play like 10 minutes each day, right? And you can do it every day. Of course, that's gonna take you a lot longer, you know, a lot more of days overall to do it. But yeah, at the end of the day, this progress that I'm showing, I believe that is just the fastest one. Any other way, so if you go into custom maps, or if you use different strategies, you don't farm 6.3. I think it's everything else is just more slow. So you're gonna end up like needing a lot more time to actually complete everything. But again, like, the purpose of the game is not really to complete everything. You can just max normal, and once you max normal, you can try to compete for the leaderboards, trying to get the score, you know, as high as possible. And yeah, you can do the daily quests. Like, there are so many things to do rather than continuing with endless. So yeah, just find whatever you like the most and stick to it. So in the first month, I was playing 10-20 minutes per day, but now I play 1-2 hours per day. Yeah, exactly. Like, the more you play, the more you come to appreciate, right, the game. The more you wanna like start progressing, because you see the results, you see, and also because it becomes maybe a little more repetitive. Right, you start doing the same kind of progress on playing the same level or doing the same things, and so it becomes quite more automatic. So that's why, like, you don't have to think really that much, okay, which strategy to use, which towers, how am I gonna place them, right? You start just going autopilot. And so yeah, exactly, as I did it, you know, after you unlock loot frequency and rarity, I believe that yeah, it's just about playing on 6.3. And you adapt your method, right, depending on the amount of research you have. At the beginning, for example, remember that I placed double splash, and my modifier mining speed wasn't really that high, so I had to like place double miner. And my inferior mining speed wasn't that high. My splash was also a lot weaker. So yeah, I had to, you know, use a different strategy. And then slowly, as I progressed through, as I got research tickets, as I maxed bit disrupt rate, the mining speed for the modifier, inferior mining speed, you start, you know, modifying your strategy and start getting to look more and more like what I'm doing here. I played that on mobile, but I noticed just now that it's in Steam. I might go back playing Infinitode again. Yeah, exactly. The game has been released on Steam since I think last year. I think it was last year. No, maybe, wait, last September. I think it was in last September where the game, with the big 1.8 update, when it got available on Steam. And at the beginning it was purchasable, so you had to spend like real money to purchase it and to be able to download it and play it on the computer. Now the game is free to play on Steam, so you can play it as well without spending any real money. The cool thing though is that by purchasing the game, you got a double game for free. So for example, because I got it as soon as it came out, I had to I paid $5, I think it was €5 to get it, and I got double game unlocked for free. Now that the game is free to play, double game again must only cannot be purchased in game through a real purchase as it was before, or as it is in mobile phones. So yeah, definitely on the computer, it's much better because you have increased graphics, you have hotkeys, you can enjoy as well the better graphics as well. You have the mouse, so it's just much more enjoyable. Yeah, on mobile though, you can watch ads. You can watch ads, and so you can increase your loot. Yeah, that's true. So in case you don't have double gain, or you just find yourself more with the mobile phone than, for example, with the computer, then you can definitely get the version on the mobile phone, and you can watch the ads to get the additional loot. Yeah, my code is this. Wait a moment, I'm gonna just give it to you. It's this one right here. So I'm gonna just put it in the chat. That's the code. I think already two players I think have joined in with my code, so you can see why that I have this badge here. Only one, but yeah, it's just better than anything. And both you and me, we get rewards if we if you play for enough time. I think it's 10 hours or something like that. You reach that total amount of playtime, then you get rewards, and also I get rewards because you used the invite code. So yeah, if you do have some progress, some previous progress on the game, remember the email that you used, right? And you can link your progress, so you can sign up again with your old email, and you can just continue your progress from where you left, or you can just start the game from zero. Yeah, no problem. Where were we? Thanks for using my code, and I hope you're gonna enjoy the game. Now the game, after the 1.8 update, has undergone a lot of differences, right? If you're familiar with which towers were strong before, for example, cannon, missile, right? Now it's completely different, and so yeah, it's other towers now have become strong, or have become the meta. And so the game also, some aspects have changed. For example, the modifiers, especially bounties, now they cannot be abused anymore as it was before. And the blast now is also super bad. Cannon as well, super bad. Missile, super bad. And the loot system has been changed. And for example, now the loot rate as well, how long you play on the game, in it just affects the loot and the rarity of it. So yeah, a bunch of things have been changing also in the minor patches after 1.8. So yeah, that's nice. Nico XW, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm playing Infinitode 2. Just an episode of the new account series. Just doing a 6.3 just once, because I think I played it already 4 or 5 times, so I should have enough items to sell 2 custom maps, and therefore to get more levels on loop frequency. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Right, going for the core. Remember, at the beginning always speed, then you go for the double level on coins per minute, and then you get all the other upgrades here on the right side and on the left side, and that's it. In this case, I'm gonna place a miner always when I reach around 48 minutes here of a total in-game time. This one here. Normally it should be like when the boss head passes through the bottom part of this platform. When it passes right here, that's when normally you have to place the miner, as you can see. So yeah, placing it right now up to level 9 as much as I can, and then going for splash and upgrade it as well as much as I can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can put the code only at the beginning, like when you are like playing the game for the first time. If you already have some progress or stuff like that, I don't think you can use the invite code, sorta. So here we go. I got some lucky shot tickets, variety tickets, some bidders, but you know, at this stage it's not really important how many bidders you get. The important thing is the overall loot that you can place for your cast maps, right? That's a lot more important. And now let's save the game as always, just in case. I'm gonna open now all these chests that I have, all the keys. I'm gonna open as well all these tiles, and then I'm gonna go into the cast maps and I'm gonna try to sell 2. Alright. So is the stream working, guys? Is it all good, right? I got the Nico. I got so much stuff because of my progress, right? I have this level of loop frequency, right? This level of rarity, and so that's why I was able to get that much, that many things, right? So let's open these tiles. I always open the legendary ones. All right, so let's open these ones. And now the remaining ones, I'm gonna just sell them, because of the fact that these ones I will not really use them, because they have a much lower value for custom maps, and because it requires too much time to open them, to craft. I'm gonna end up also losing a lot of green papers, so I just prefer to just sell them right away. I sell them for prestige dust in this case, and yeah, I just do this process. I've been doing this lately just to cut short a little bit the time of like crafting and all this, so in that way I can just do the process much more quickly. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open here the keys, right? And then normally I just sell, like normally I should already be able to craft the prestige dust into prestige tickets. You still need some green papers, but it's a lot less than what you need, for example, to craft this. Like, look at this. If I want to craft 100 power platforms, I need 1 million green papers. And instead here, for example, to craft 429 tickets, I only need 321. So that's why it's a lot more. It's true that you're losing value in terms of like prestige tickets, but I think this is just a much faster process. And at the stage when I'm at, I think this is just the best thing to do. All right, now let's go here and let's create a cast map, right, as always. And let's try to make it as expensive as possible. So I'm gonna start replacing the power platforms first. Then here actually I'm gonna place first the resources one, because they have a lot of value. They are very, very expensive. I'm gonna place this first, so that in this way, like this first map that I'm gonna sell is gonna be as expensive as possible. I'm gonna place also all the teleports and all that. And then the second map normally is the one that's like cheaper, right? But yeah, so here we go. This is a process that as well like takes real time, but it's not counted as in-game time. All right, 51 of these. Yeah, this one as well. Normally I just place the sources when they are like there is only one type of source. In this case it's just a tensor. And then let's go to matrix. Oops. Just filling every single spot. And you can see that my price is going up very, very quickly. All these sources have a much higher value than your platforms, and that's why it's better to place like sources than placing like platforms. Creating the map for Crusher. Here we go. I even have some sources here that are left, so I can even use them on the next map. Let me just do a save here a moment. I'm gonna as well save the game. And here we go, the bots start appearing, so hiding that. Let me just craft as well here the cores. So I have some cores to place and to use, some legendary ones. Here we go. Nice. Right, let's continue. So yeah, cores. So let's place yeah, this one, whatever. Road, just creating the map for Crusher, right? You're gonna place Crusher there. Now first I'm gonna just place whatever portal I have at 340% difficulty. This one should be fine already, so let's try to go with this one. And our base as well, remember, a base that disables research, and that hopefully has inside either range or projectile speed. Even like I could even use this one because it has a lot of damage, so I could even go with this one, but it doesn't have extra money at the beginning, so I don't like it. So I see this one has range, experience multiplier, extra money. Yeah, this is perfect. It doesn't have enemies walk on platforms, but it doesn't really matter. And when you have a base here that has range, you want to place here a projectile speed tile. This really exploits Crusher's main weakness, that is the fact that it takes time to reach the enemies. So I mean, I can see here if I have another base that also has the enemies to walk on platforms. If I have a good one. This one has access multiplier, attack speed, projectile speed. Doesn't have any extra coins at the start. And then I have also this one. This one has range. Yeah, this one actually is slightly better because it has even larger range and has also an invisible platform. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go for this one to have that extra 10% from like having enemies walk on platforms, right? And then I also don't have to forget to place all the teleports. Teleports are worth 300 each, and you can place up to like more than 100, especially if you get a lot of them through the loot. And yeah, they can increase so much your overall map value. Like look here, it's already more than 1 million, but look how much it's gonna be when I'm gonna place all of them, like after I place all of them. Yeah, this is something that you always want to do, right? All right, nice. I also have got recently my prestige ticket drop rate level 19, so I just need one extra level to max it out. So here we go, that's the map. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna hide this bot. And yeah, this level here is level 19 now, see? So I've got the extra, like I think it was 11% extra prestige tickets. So of course this is better, so I can gain even more prestige tickets when selling cast maps, or even more prestige dust. And yeah, it's just left to play the map. Hopefully here the configuration is gonna be fine already, but if it's not, I can always like manipulate it, right? Alright, going for the second ability. And remember, you just need a score higher than 4,000 to have the maximum benefits from selling the map. Yeah, this is already super good wave configuration, so that's it. I already got the score. I also got a very good base with a lot of extra range. And Nico, yeah, all that I'm doing, like if you're not familiar with the game, it might be weird. So yeah, sorry about that. So almost 4,000 tickets here from selling this first map, so that's nice. And so let's save right away. And actually now I'm gonna create another cast map right away. So this is something that you do only like once you have reached a pretty advanced stage of the game and you are playing to max endless. That it's a difficulty in which like all the enemies are going to be stronger, but at the same time you can get more rewards and your research is much larger. So like your towers can become much stronger. Yeah, here I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep though one range tile just in case I need it for the base, right? If the base is weird. Just a couple here. I just need one actually. Okay. And just placing all the other platforms, you know, the ones that give me the highest value. So normally with the fifth effect here should be the best ones. Oops. Yeah, actually I'm filling already the entire map with just the platforms. Like, and you could see that, guys, that I didn't even crafted them. These are all the platforms I've been gaining from opening the tiles and from just looting on 6.3. So that's why it's so nice, right? And again here I'm gonna just leave some of this platform just in case I might wanna place it for the base, right? Alright. Yeah, actually, let's see this. Yeah, these guys are actually a lot more worth it in map price. So actually, I'm gonna place them instead. So rather than placing the platforms, I'm gonna place these guys because they're gonna give me a slightly higher map price. So I think it's better. So I'm gonna place them, right? This one as well, 261. Let's see the cost of this platform here, 247. See, so it's higher, so that's why I'm gonna go for that. All right, and then I have these ones, right? And this one, which value they have, 271, so still higher. And that's it, right? I don't have any other. Oh, I have still these ones. I don't have any other ones, right? Because the other ones are gonna have a lower value. All right. Then again, placing here a core, roads, and in this case, for example, I could try to go for the base where I have this extra damage, right? Let's see if it works. No, wait, that doesn't have any extra coins. Yeah, that's bad. And I'm gonna try to go for this base here. It doesn't have enemies walk on platforms, but it has a range, so it's should be pretty good. Again here, just a portal that has 340% difficulty, and yeah. So again, I'm gonna place this projectile speed tile here. And that's it. You can see that the map has much lower value, right? Because I don't have any teleports to place now. These platforms and these sources have less value But yeah, that's fine, because this is the second map in a row that I sell. And wait, I'm gonna first though save the game. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see if the wave configuration it's good enough already. Alright, trying to go for the second ability here. Here we go, upgrade level 2. And again, just looking at the score. Yeah, still I have 21 lives remaining, so that should be plenty to reach this to a 4,000 score. Another flying wave. 3.9, come on. 3.9, 3.9. And 4,000. Nice. That's it. As soon as you reach it, you wanna just exit. 2,000 tickets, not too bad, considering the cost. And that I used just the worst loot items that I had left. And yeah, let's see if that's enough to actually get 2 levels here. So that's 1 level over frequency, and I just need like 200 more tickets to get the second one, see? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just sell here a bunch of stuff that I don't need. For example, see all these platforms like Tar 4, 3, 2, and so on. I'm gonna sell them all. I'm gonna even sell these projector speed platforms and all that, because I'm gonna still get them again, right? After I'm gonna play 6.3. So I sell them all other than the platforms here. Let's sell all these barriers. Again, don't sell the raw items. You're gonna need a lot of this. I'm gonna sell all the sources as well, because I placed the most expensive one. You can see that I already got like 167,000 prestige dust just by selling that. I'm gonna as well sell here portals. Yeah, portals lower 490. I'm gonna sell them. So these ones here and these ones, right? Just careful here not selling the 340% ones. These are the ones I want to keep. And then selling all the ones that are lower. So 330. Yeah, here we go. Everything. You can also click on this button, select visible, to do what I'm doing here with the hotkey. Selling, nice. And I'm gonna do the same here for the bases. I already am able to start stacking, you know, some legendary bases. That's good. But for example, there are a lot of bases that weren't really that good and that wouldn't place anyway. So for example, this one here with damage, I wouldn't use it. This one also didn't have range, and so that's bad. This one, for example, this one has the range, so I'm gonna keep it. This one also has a range, I'm gonna keep it. This one, projectile speed, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just sell it. This one, let's see. No range. I'm just looking for the ones that have the red dot, so the ones that disables research. This one has 10% range. But yeah, this one could be useful, so I'm not gonna sell it. Even 10% range could be enough to have a good map, to have a good base. I'm gonna keep the other bases, and then I'm gonna sell all the bases that are very rare or lower in terms of rarity. Selling everything, and also selling the music tiles. Yeah, and that's again a lot of prestige dust. So all in all, you can see here I got so much prestige dust I can actually craft 1,000 prestige tickets. Boom. Here we go. So now I can actually get that extra level that I needed, level 68, and that's it. So you can see 2 levels, saving, and now it's just about doing it again. Okay, so here a question from Nico. So I have about 350 research things. I haven't done 6.2 to 6.4, Rumble and Dev. What do you suggest I can do at this point of the game? You should have already unlocked Endless, so I would recommend you to set the difficulty on Endless, right? So you play on Endless, you go on the lowest difficulty. Normally this is the first one that you have and the only one you have. And you start completing quests on the first stage. So here, all this first stage, and even some level of the second one, until you can reset quests for when you reach like 25%. Don't really focus so much on upgrading towers, because you don't really need to do that. You need to first, reset quests and start progressing on that part. And it doesn't look like, but by completing all these quests that are super easy, you're gonna be able to get a ton of biddes, a ton of resources, a ton of items. And therefore, as you complete these quests, and you're gonna need to do this process twice, you're gonna need to complete all the quests, reset, and then you need to complete them again and reset a second time. And in this process, by getting all these rewards, you can actually get a lot of upgrades. And you can, for example, you can max the towers you're gonna really need. For example, at the beginning, for the quests on stage 1 and 2, you're gonna need especially to have basic, sniper, and cannon. So you can maybe get a couple more upgrades on those towers. Not really maxing them, but just making them a little bit stronger. And you can start increasing a little bit more your splash, even with some endless research, because you're gonna need on 6.3. You can increase a little bit more your Venom, Tesla, that are towers that overall are pretty good. You're gonna need like freezing as well. You're gonna need on for the rest of the game. And now after you reset twice, you should have enough research, also like general research, to be able to approach here even on easy mode and be able to complete stage 6. So like stage 6.2, get enough stars, unlock 6.3, 6.4. So yeah, that's what I recommend you to do. I don't really think it's important to like upgrade towers so much early on. It's much more important to already think in the long term, like what you're gonna need to for endless, right? So that's just what I recommend. And as you then slowly progress to the game, you're gonna be able to collect all this loot from the quests, and you can upgrade your towers, and you're gonna be able to even max on normal the towers that you need. And yeah, once you unlock these last levels, remember always to try to go for all the stars. So remember that Rumble and Death are linked to normal. So you're not gonna even need endless research, just normal research maxed or close to max, especially on the towers that you will end up using, and that's it. So I think that's the process. Like at least that's what I did, and without really worrying too much, like maxing normal or doing stuff like that. Just start doing the quests on endless. You're gonna get so many rewards, so many biddes that then you can use all those biddes to get a lot of other upgrades and to make your tower stronger. And yeah, so that being said, it's now time to do 6.3 here, doing it again. Yeah, the guy 241 is one of the in the leaderboards. Like he's always aiming, especially on endless leaderboards, he's always there competing, and and yeah, so that's why he competes. Like he tries to, probably he has max endless and he's just competing every single level, trying to reach and try to compete for the highest position on the leaderboard. What is the good thing to upgrade for beginners? So good research. I have a full video about that, and also in this, oops, here I messed up. In this new account series, I've actually shown what to do, but the research, like for beginners, you wanna like progress through the levels. That's your goal. You don't really care about upgrading, like for example, basic, sniper, the first towers that you have. Don't really like spend too many resources. Like I would say that upgrading them enough so that you can keep on getting 3 stars is the best way to go. So just upgrade them enough to get 3 stars on the early levels. I have all the early levels on my series, so you can watch there like exactly which strategy I used and what towers I upgraded. But you don't want to upgrade like those early towers that much because they're just useful early on, but they're pretty weak. Like you're gonna unlock stronger towers later on. So try to save, you know, the resources for when you're gonna unlock and you're gonna get those towers. So just, I think that overall level 3 it's like the level at which you should aim, and that's it. Like once you reach the overall upgrades for your basic level 3, that's fine, and that's enough. Then for sniper the same. For cannon, I mean, you're gonna end up needing to use cannon because it's gonna be the only tower is good against fast. But then as you're gonna get, like for example, the Venom tower, you're gonna stop using cannon at all. So that's why you don't want to really spend too many resources there. But again, you can upgrade it up to level 3, shouldn't be that bad. Freezing is very important, so you can spend a little bit more resources there to upgrade it a little bit more. Anti-air, just maybe level 1, right? Maybe level 2, but no more than that, because after anti-air you get right away splash. But as well, like splash for normal is pretty weak, so it's not a tower that you really want to spend too many resources on. And the very first important tower you want to unlock is Tesla. Once you get Tesla, you can take care of the flying enemies. Also minigun can take care of flying enemies, and I think minigun you unlock it earlier than Tesla. So once you unlock the trio, minigun, Venom, Tesla, you're good to go. Like you're not gonna ever need to use the like earlier towers anymore, and you can just go with a combo like freezing, Venom, Tesla, minigun. You can also add sniper every now and then, but in terms of research, really go for Tesla and Venom. You know, that combo is super good, and they compensate each other as well. And I have a playlist on my YouTube channel, so you can find all the episodes there and you can see all the progress, so that should be good. But yeah, for beginners, like I would say, that's the standard. So just playing, getting the stars, you know, and then not really spending too many resources on the early towers, and then trying to unlock the stronger towers as you progress right through the game. Multi-shot is very bad. It's a bad tower because of its kit, really. Like the abilities, if you compare the abilities, how they scale up, and the overall utility of the tower, it's just much inferior to other towers. And again, that's why like you don't want to spend too many resources on that. Alex, what do you want to do when you finish to max endless on your new account? Challenges, new account, new game, other? I don't really know, to be honest. I haven't thought about it. So maybe yeah, doing challenges, maybe covering some levels, you know, specific levels, doing the daily quests, or you know, stuff like that. I would say that's what I'm gonna most likely do. Or yeah, of course, if there should be, right, newer updates to the game that will come out. Maybe new maps are gonna be added, new towers or other things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to do that as well. Actually, here I can use this level to show you guys the tower's efficiency, right? Because I believe that it's something that you have to analyze whenever you are like, why some towers, right, are stronger than others. It's not just because of their kit. So for example, how much range they have, how they're gonna attack the enemies, their stats, the special stats, and so on. But it's the efficiency as well against enemies. If you see here carefully, between both the basic tower and the sniper. You can see that they're both like are not gonna do that much damage to enemies that appear though very late. Like very early on, you have only regular and strong enemies that come out from the portals. And you can see that both these towers are pretty good against those enemies. So that's why you're gonna be fine. As you play on, you're gonna have portals with more enemies. So for example, fast enemies are the first ones that are gonna come out after you unlock cannon, and you can see the cannon actually has a lot of efficiency against those enemies. And but as well, like basic, see, that's not bad against fast enemies. Cannon though can do damage in an area, so that's why you can see here the crowd damage is much higher. Like basic, unfortunately, it's very bad to damage multiple enemies. Exactly as a sniper. Instead, cannon is good because it has explosion. So each tower, you know, has different and unique stats, passives, and how they're just gonna attack and do damage. And that's why you wanna use them in different scenarios. But certain towers are, because of how they work, they're gonna be always better. For example, Venom has, first of all, very good efficiency. You can see that other than no damage to flying enemies and toxic enemies, all the other efficiency is going to be minimum 50%. See, only 2 enemies here, 50%. Then 3 enemies with the bosses, 100% efficiency. And then 3 enemies with 150%. If you look, for example, at cannon, well, it will not be able to attack flying enemies. But see that it has, for example, 25 efficiency against strong, 50 against armor, light, and the fighters, and 3 enemies, well, 4 with bosses, 100%, and only 2 enemies with 150%. And because of the fact that explosions have been nerfed, now the enemies take less damage, like the further they are from the center of explosion, and so on. It's much worse, and that's why Venom has also the damage over time effect. The projectiles never miss, and you have level 10. You have many things that make this tower like a much like an upgraded version of a cannon. You can see that other than toxics and the IC enemies, like all the other enemies are gonna be upgraded versions. Like look at the efficiency. See that like Venom is exactly the same or even better. So only like these 2 type of enemies are gonna be worse on Venom, and for that reason, right, you can use other towers. You can use, for example, Tesla, or you can use minigun, or you can use flamethrower, or you can use, you know, other towers. So that's why like this is a game where you always gonna combo your towers. You're never gonna use just one tower. You're always gonna combo them. And so the combo, like freezing, that slows down Venom, Tesla, like flamethrower, minigun. It's already a very good combo. You don't really need like multi-shot or cannon or the other towers. Even splash, like it's bad. Splash is just good for 6.3 because here you can manipulate which enemies come out, and so you can avoid having regular enemies. Because see, the huge weakness of splash is that it cannot do damage to regulars, and that's a huge weakness because like every single portal in the game is gonna spawn these enemies. so yeah, it has very, like, you can also see that splash also deals very good damage to enemies that come very late in the stages. For example, here see toxics, icy, fighters, and lights. It struggles though against the enemies that come in the game much early, so like all the other ones. But yeah, like in my opinion, the best towers, like I have also a video where I showed the best towers for normal, and I think I've listed like Venom, Tesla, Crusher, Freezing, and then probably like Flamethrower, I think. So yeah, you can still use Flame and Tesla, even if Flame is gonna decrease the effect of the slow, you can still use it. And it's very good to combo with Venom because they both have damage over time. And you can see that Flamethrower deals a lot more damage to all the enemies that Venom struggles against. Toxics, Icy, and Fighters. And instead Venom deals a lot of damage to enemies that instead Flamethrower struggles against. So strong, armored, and healers. So yeah, these two towers with freezing, and if you add like a Tesla, minigun, or even sniper, you have like the perfect combo. Unfortunately, Crusher is also very good, but it's unlocked very late. You don't really care that much about the efficiency of Crusher because you use Crusher as a holding tower so that your other towers can do more damage. But still, you know, it's something that you unlock very late on, like on 6.4 I think it is. So yeah, this tower, it's just when you are pretty advanced in the game. All the other towers, you're gonna unlock them pretty early. Instead, a Crusher is just super late. Also Gauss is super late. Should I completely ignore upgrading Gauss? Early on, I would say yes, because like you need a lot more resources on like Splash or to max like modifiers mining speed, inferior mining speed, coins generation, bit disrupt rate, you know, all those things. But then like the more you progress, the more you're gonna end up like needing Gauss, especially because Gauss is very good on this level to farm resources. So so yeah, probably early on you can avoid upgrading Gauss because as well, like it's a super expensive tower that doesn't really give you that much. That has a very unique gameplay as well. Like you need to place it close to a miner, otherwise it's not gonna even attack. So, you know, it's gonna always attack in a straight line. You have to rotate it manually. So, like, it's not so easy to use. And as well, like, there are some maps where Gauss is just garbage because the path is not gonna be good for Gauss. There are some levels instead that are very good for Gauss. For example, here level, where it is. Yeah, like there is a level where there is a huge line at the beginning. Yeah, it might be one of these early levels here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one, 2.8. For example, this one is a super good level for Gauss because see that the enemies are gonna come out. They're gonna just follow this straight line, right? And here you have some miners, so you can place Gauss in this upgrade discount tile. And you can place, of course, miners close, otherwise it's not going to shoot. And you can aim Gauss towards the beginning of the map, and it's always going to hit like all the enemies because of this feature, right? So you can do it that way. Of course, at the beginning you're going to still need maybe some other towers, right, to have your Gauss with, because it requires some time to charge. And as well, like you're gonna need some resources on your miners. So yeah, you can go for something, right, to make Gauss a bit stronger. In this case, enemies have 900% difficulty, so they have already a lot of HP. But yeah, you can go, for example, this map is good for Gauss, but there are other maps that instead are very bad for Gauss because they don't have a good miner position, and they have like the straight line attacking is just bad. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about Gauss. So I think early on it's not really needed. How did your Splash get all that loot? That's because of the 6.3 mechanics, and because of the fact that I got here a loot frequency level 68. And on 6.3, like I have a full video where I explain more in detail how it works. But on 6.3, the fact that enemies can be spawned from miners means that if you don't have any miner, you spawn no enemies. There is only the boss. And therefore, because of the fact that you should get loot, right, but you don't get it because you're spawning no enemies, all that loot is like stored. And therefore, as soon as you put whatever miner, you're gonna get all that loot that you should have got, you get it all at once. And if you combine this factor with the fact that you can actually, loot becomes more rare, the higher, so the greater this number becomes, you have the perfect combo. So you wait until the boss has almost leaked from the map. So you place the miner like as late as possible, and therefore you get all that loot, and you get the loot to be as rare as possible. So you get very nice legendary loot, especially like epic loot, very rare loot, and that helps. So that's the strategy I've been using on 6.3. You can also go with a shorter version of the strategy, and that's normally what you have to do. Like when your loot frequency starts being close to max, if not like max, so level 100, you start playing instead for much shorter. So you play on the level for around like 11 minutes of in-game time, and that's it. You then quit, and then you do the process again. If you do it in that way, though, you're gonna need not to get enemy speed. You're gonna need to get the coins per minute. You're gonna need to get the miners installation time, because you're gonna place the miners much more quickly. And yeah, sorry about the bots, guys. I don't know why there are so many here today, but I try to mute them and report them like as soon as I see them. So yeah, this can only be done on 6.3 because of the unique mechanics, right, of enemies being spawned by miners. On any other level, even on cast maps, enemies will always be spawned by the portal. And that's why you cannot, you cannot in some way make them disappear, right? Because as soon as you start the level, enemies are gonna come from the portal, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. You can disable auto, you can let the timer run out, but still the enemies are gonna keep on coming out. Instead, here on 6.3, you can literally just spawn no enemies, and you can do this trick. And yeah, you can use this strategy. This strategy is very useful on early, mid, endless, right? And especially when you have loot tickets and rarity tickets active, because this increases even more the quality of the loot, right? The only thing you have to pay attention to is not to destroy the boss. So for example, my splash research is already a bit upgraded. Like I have some endless research on it, but not too much. And you can see that I leave it level 0. I don't even get the abilities. I don't increase the damage that it does in any way. So in that way, the boss, see, it receives like no damage. And also because I'm playing on 100% difficulty, right, to receive as many rewards as possible. The boss HP here is much higher than the damage my splash does. So yeah, very important, because remember that on this level, like if you destroy the boss, then the miners spawn no enemies. So the game is over. So that's why you're gonna keep the boss alive. And as well, you don't want to even damage it, because each part of the boss that you damage it, that you destroy, the boss is going to move faster. So it's going to reach your base faster, and therefore, well, you're going to have less time to make the loot become more rare, less time to stack it. And so, yeah, that's not good. So I explained why, for example, here, you want to place these 2 towers in the center, right? To force the boss to go the long way around. You want to place also a tower right here, to force the boss to follow this outer path rather than cutting short. Also here, the same. So I've exchanged lately some info, some comments with some fellow players on Discord server, or Infinitode 2. And there is this guy especially, I think his username is like hellish or hell something, and I've seen that he's a promoter of upgrading loot rarity over loot frequency, especially early on. Like you want to get like loot frequency up to level 40, and then according to him you then have to level up loot rarity up to level 60, and then you max loot frequency, and like you even reset loot rarity using accelerators to reach level 100 on loot frequency. And I've tried to talk to him, exchange some comments, try to see, okay, what, like, where is the evidence, where are the tasks or the analysis that actually support this view, right? the view that upgrading loot rarity over loot frequency is better, and especially that method. And he told me that he doesn't have any like statistics. It's just based on his experience and some tasks he has run himself, but he doesn't have anything. And when I was going into the game statistics, I saw an old post regarding the loot data that exactly said the same thing he was saying. But unfortunately, first of all, the data is outdated, like because it was made on 1.8.3, I think, and now the minor patch is 1.8.6, and the loot has been as well changed, and so like now it's different from what it was then. And also on top of it, the funniest thing is that all the tasks were done with loot frequency being maxed. So loot frequency was already level 100 with all the tasks were done, and so like it completely like disregards all the previous process. So like when your loot frequency is level 40, right? How do you know that still upgrading loot rarity is better? So yeah, it's just unfortunately, like I really try to understand his point of view, or try to understand why he thinks like that, but he has never given me some actual data other than like a test comparing when you have loot frequency level 56 and loot rarity level 61 against having loot frequency level 90 and loot rarity level 0. And by just analyzing these two tests, you can see that the actual loot is roughly the same. Like it seems to be slightly better to like when you have more loot rarity, right? Because of course you get more legendary stuff, right? You get more biddes, you get more legendary stuff, but at the same time you also get less of the other remaining loot. You can still sell for prestige dust, or you can still craft into legendary one. But yeah, a single test with a single level analysis, like comparing loot frequency level 90, rarity 0, and loot frequency 56 to loot rarity 61, doesn't really support the claim that going up to level 60 with loot rarity first and then upgrading loot frequency is still the best, and it is the fastest way, or it's the way where you gain the highest amount of prestige tickets, right? So I don't know, it's just weird. I really try to do my tasks, and from my tasks I've seen that it's almost the same, but some loot rarity helps, but I don't really think upgrading that much so early it's the best way, because the goal of the game is not really getting many biddes, right? Because a lot of players seem to be focusing on biddes. It's not about biddes, it's about loot. It's about all the tiles and all the other stuff that you can actually sell. So yeah, for example, level 10, like I personally have a level 10. I've seen other players having level 20, and I think it's still fine. Level 20 you're gonna need around 17,000 prestige tickets to get it from level 10 to level 20. Yeah, 16,000 tickets to get in from level 10 to level 20. But yeah, it's just that some loot rarity, it's good because it's gonna make your loot become a little more rare, but you really want to focus loot frequency. Oh, hi, welcome Lars, Dietrich. Hey dude, I'm playing Infinitode via BlueStacks on PC. At level 6.3 there are other monsters beside the boss. Yeah, that happens, Lars, when you are actually playing with miners on, and every time a miner gets a resource, an enemy is spawned. So if you have some miners active anywhere, they're gonna be producing enemies. So if you wanna make it like I'm doing, you're gonna have to sell those miners, and you're gonna have to have no miners at all. So yeah, that's what it happens. Steam version and Android are exactly the same. On Steam, of course, you have the hotkeys, and the other big thing is that you cannot watch ads on Steam. Instead, on the Android version of the game, you can watch ads to increase your loot, right? So that's like the big difference. But other than that, like the in-game and the strategy and the game itself, it's exactly the same. So yeah, no problem. Okay, Nico, right now I'm trying to get at least 1 star on 6.2, but I can't get anywhere because there isn't 2 less platforms for towers. Yeah, like all the levels on stage 6, Nico, are quite weird. They're gonna be very different from all the other levels, and you're gonna actually need to use towers that are very specific. And so I have like a full. I might not have a video. I don't know if I've done it, but like a strategy to approach it. Like I recommend you to play on easy. Play on easy mode, right? The first time you're trying to get the stars, play on easy mode, and try to go for the strategy that you think is good. I think on 6.2 you have to go for Gauss. So because of that, you might need to get some upgrades on research, right? To make your Gauss a little bit stronger. Yeah, go on easy mode. Easy mode is going to allow you to get more stars much more easily. So Lars here says, seen your video for the level, missed that part with selling miners. Yeah, I have a video called 6.3 Insight, and there I just discuss everything in detail about the mechanics on 6.3, and you can check it out to understand a bit more how it works. Yeah, because here, for example, unfortunately 6.2 here has this huge straight line. Now, the main problem with this level is the fact that if you want to unlock more platforms, you're going to need to use Gauss. And you're going to need to shoot at these crystals. See here the arrows? The arrows are actually trying to tell you what you need to do. And so what you have to do at the beginning is especially just get a tower that deals pretty good damage, especially like over time. So for example, like Venom and Flame Tower should be good. And if you play on easy mode, you can just decide when the next wave can spawn, right? So that gives you a huge advantage. And so you're gonna have to place these towers, and then as soon as you can, place this scalar and place your Gauss. And the first thing you're gonna do is actually to aim at these bottom crystals. This is gonna actually allow you to destroy the crystals every time you're gonna mine, right, with the miner. Gauss is gonna shoot, you're gonna be able to destroy these crystals. And these crystals being destroyed, you're gonna gain more platforms, see? You're gonna gain this one, where you can place, for example, freezing, right? After you destroy the first one, the other crystals are gonna have much more HP. So you might need to upgrade maybe your Gauss a bit more, right, to be able to damage them fast enough. I just recommend to damage 2, right? 2 of the kind. You can see that now you have another platform, so you can place like another tower here. Maybe one against flying enemies, right, because they're coming, so maybe I'm gonna place a Tesla. And then you rotate Gauss here to attack this other set of crystals in the bottom right side. So this one here. The first crystal is very weak, so you should destroy it very quickly. And you're gonna have another set of sources, you're gonna place it. Then you're gonna go here for the top crystals. So these blue ones. And in the meantime, like in case you need to, you can upgrade your towers, right? You can make them stronger. Of course, here I have so much research that it's very easy. But yeah, again, once you destroy 2 crystals here in the top, you can aim towards these yellow crystals. In this case, these ones are gonna give you gold. So you can get a lot of gold, and you can place and you can like upgrade your towers a bit more, right? And then after you destroy like 1 crystal there of the coins one, just go for these bottom crystals. These ones are gonna allow you to get even more of these platforms unlocked, and so yeah, that can help you. And if you need to, just upgrade your towers, right? Upgrade your Gauss, upgrade your miners, and yeah, that's another platform. See here. Well, that one is not really that useful, to be honest. And remember that these ones are going to be only platforms, and also these ones. These two crystals are going to be sources around your Gauss, and these ones are coins. This one is a core, and now the black one. Don't destroy this one. This one is the last one that you're going to destroy, because that one is going to actually make the portals to spawn bosses. And now this black one, if I remember correctly, I think it's coins, passive coins, or like a more wave interval, something like that. So I'm going to try to upgrade here my Gauss a little bit more so that it deals more damage, right? It can destroy it a bit faster. And yeah, but this is a level like where you need to use Gauss, because the only way where you can destroy these platforms is if you use Gauss. There is no other way around it. See, this one is coins per minute, but see that it requires a lot of time to be destroyed, so that's why I don't recommend you to try to destroy it as the first platform, right? Try to first go for these other crystals. And yeah, if you need to, you can always, you know, upgrade your towers. This one's right here. This is the core, right? You can unlock it as well. You can unlock more sources here. See? You can go for some more platforms up here. And yeah, just go for whatever you think it might be good for you. And remember that the more damage Gauss does, the more, like the faster you can destroy these crystals, right? That's one extra coins, and that's the last crystal that's left. Remember, always here. And then the last thing is that you can actually aim towards this crystal, and you can actually use Gauss as well to destroy these towers. Sorry, to destroy enemies. And that's the last portal that you unlock, right? And you unlock also the boss tile. But yeah, try to like unlock it as late as possible, because in that way you're not gonna have to deal with bosses. And you can also exploit that damage from Gauss. You can exploit this level 10 that's gonna stun enemies. So yes, very useful for that reason. And yeah, so this is pretty much the steps you're gonna do. So you're gonna first attack the crystals, you get more platforms, you can place more towers. Then you go for the coal, for the more sources, you go for the extra coins. And then slowly, you know, as you get more and more resources, as you upgrade your cows, you can just do more stuff. So that's pretty much very quick overview of 6.2. But again, I repeat, I just think it's better to play on easy, because in that way you can like first destroy all the enemies, and then you can decide when the next wave is gonna come out. So in that way you don't have too many enemies stacking and then causing you to lose. You only need 2 stars, and I think the second star is just wave 70, see? So if you can survive and you can defeat wave 70, that should be 2 stars, and you can unlock 6.3. Alright. So let's reload here. And now here, do you guys have any other questions? I might just want to show you here how the shorter strategy works on 6.3. Actually, you want to just place these towers here on the left side. Now, when you're playing for 6.3 for shorter time, you are supposing you have a much higher level of low frequency, right? In this case, for example, for the amount of level of low frequency I have, this is not the best way, but still I'm gonna just show it to you so you have an idea of how it works. You first go for coins per minute, then you go for minus installation time, and then when the timer in game, this one here, reaches 5 minutes and 25 seconds, all right, here, that's when you want to place your Inframiner. This also requires much more research in terms of coins at the start, coins generation, and Infure, you know, mining speed, modifier mining speed, because of the fact that you're really exploiting playing for shorter, but having still enough coins to get your miner upgraded. So look at the timer here, 5:25, and you place a miner. Here we go. You upgrade it as much as you can. And then here, you just upgrade Splash. I think I'm just up to level 3, should be enough to destroy all the enemies. And you go for the second ability. And if you see some enemies spawning, you just upgrade Splash a bit more. In this case, level 5 for me. Then you get the miner level 4. You go here for the right side of the core. And you go for this additional mining speed. Again, I repeat, if you see some enemies sneaking past your Splash, you're gonna upgrade it. Just up to level 4. Level 20 here. Ultimate for Splash, very strong. And now you play on this level until the timer here reaches 11 minutes, I think. So that's it. You upgrade the miner level 5 when again you get enough coins. So that's pretty much it. And now you can just upgrade freely your Splash as much as you can, or as much as you want, just to be able to destroy these enemies as quickly. Look at the timer here. Remember, at 11, you're gonna just stop the game. See here, stopping, ending, and boom. That's it. You end the game. You play for around 2 minutes and 50 in this way. And well, in this case, you can see that the rewards I get are not really that good because my low frequency is pretty low. But when your low frequency is level 100 or very close to level 100, even if you play for this level, you get a ton of loot. And that's why it becomes much more efficient to play for shorter time on 6.3. And yeah, this is how the strategy looks like. You end up actually destroying more enemies than what you do when you do the FAK strategy. And you can see by the green papers. But as well, the loot is a bit less rare because you start spawning enemies much earlier. So that's another thing. But yeah, because of double gain, of course, you end up getting a little bit more things. But yeah, that's how the shorter strategy on 6.3 looks like. And yeah, so you can use different methods or different variations of this one. For example, in terms of playing time, you can wait a bit more at the beginning. So for example, I'm gonna wait now until 9 minutes, and then I'm gonna place the miner, and I'm gonna play again until 11 minutes. So like the total gameplay and game time is the same, right? But because of the fact that you're just waiting more at the beginning to place a miner, you're gonna see that the loot changes a little bit. Like it becomes slightly better in this way, like you get less green papers, but because you wait more at the start, you stack a bit more the loot, and also it becomes slightly more rare. It's not really that much or that big the difference, but still, you know, better than nothing. And if I remember correctly, when you wait here in this method, you're gonna actually get the double coin here, level 2, for the coins generation, because you're gonna wait anyway longer to be able to get the miner session time regardless. So you wanna get this one first. Yeah. And yeah, you can use a variation of this. You can try to play a little longer. I've seen players playing like from 12 minutes to 14, right? Or from 10 to 14, from 10 to 15, from 8 to 12. Like any variation, I think it works, right? And every variation is going to have slightly different results because of how much time has occurred from the beginning until you place a miner. But yeah, it's just, you know, just another example. But as I said before, I don't think that this is so good early on. Like when your low frequency is pretty low, this is just much worse. It's much better to use the FAK strategy, where you're just making the loot to become more rare, and so you're maximizing your results and your loot. Here timer, just waiting 9 minutes, and boom, placing it right now, upgrading it as much as possible, upgrading the splash as well. At least here I'm gonna get it level 5. And then probably upgrading the miner level 5 as well. But yeah, the timer is already getting pretty close to 11, so I don't think I'm gonna even have the chance to upgrade it. Maybe just for the last 10 seconds. Yeah, last 10 seconds. But then again, when the timer reaches here 11, you're gonna just quit, right? And you can see that in terms of just bid this, I was able to get a bit more with this strategy compared to the other because of just the waiting that's longer at the beginning. But overall, the loot, yes, it becomes slightly more rare, but it's just roughly the same. A lot less of green papers though, because you just destroy less enemies, so your score is much lower. And yeah, those were just two quick strategies, to show you, how the shorter versions on 6.3 look like. Shorter strategies, but again, very early on, I don't think they are so good. Like, it's much better to go for the longer strat when you, like this one that I'm gonna do right now, when you just wait, right? So if you guys have any other questions regarding anything else, very likely the next live stream that I'm gonna do, I will use it to do a statistics analysis. So I will try to do, like, with the live stream, I'm gonna try to see why, and having some proofs of why, in my opinion, like upgrading loot frequency, it's better than upgrading loot rarity. And I'm gonna try to go through some milestones. For example, having loot frequency level 20 and loot rarity level 10, right? I think I'm gonna start doing the task from loot frequency level 40, loot rarity level 20, and then every 5 levels. Like, for example, every 5,000 prestige tickets. No, wait, every 10,000 prestige tickets used for upgrades. What's the loot, like how it changes? So for example, what happens if you focus rarity? So you start upgrading your rarity from level 20 to level 60, right? As they say, as some players say, it's the best method. How the loot changes, the overall amount of loot that you get, and so on. Or what happens instead if you upgrade loot frequency, like you leave loot rarity level 20 and instead you just upgrade loot frequency. And we're gonna try to go, like, I'm gonna try to go with this analysis until yeah, probably loot frequency is maxed, right? You reach level 100, and yeah, we're gonna see which way is the most consistent one, like which one is gonna award you the highest amount of loot. So not just bidders, but especially loot. That is the one that you're gonna need to place on cast maps to get the prestige tickets, right? So I'm gonna try to go with that thorough analysis actually, and yeah, let's see the results. I'm hopeful that the results are gonna follow what I think about the game and what I think that it's the best approach to the game. That maybe I'm gonna be wrong. So maybe I got the maybe I'm wrong. Maybe upgrading loot rarity is the best thing to do. Up to level 60, and then you go for loot frequency. Maybe that approach is the best one. So I don't wanna say that I'm like sure 100% that what I do is the best, but you always need to do analysis, and you always need to do consistent and good, like well done analysis. You cannot really improvise numbers, or you cannot do like analysis like that, right? Not taking into consideration variables, bias, and possible confounding factors, and then just making up results that are not really trustworthy. So yeah. Alex Visol, hi, welcome. I got only very rare loot with 51 loot frequency and 20 loot rarity with rarity ticket active. Yeah, exactly. See, so it's the like loot rarity, it's good, but you always need to consider like what is better, right? To get more loot or to get less loot but to be better, right? And especially, for example, the FAK strategy, I think that very much encourages having a little bit of loot rarity, right? Because if you have just a little bit, the loot becomes more rare by itself because you're just waiting. So if you have that extra little bit of loot rarity, you can get even more and better rewards. As Alex has here, for example, at just level 20, you get very rare loot or higher. So, oh, you place the miner when the core reaches level 15. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting that's an interesting data that you're looking at when you are watching this. So I'm actually gonna see when the timer here reaches 48 minutes, which level the core is, because it might be already a bit past level 15. I also think loot frequency is way better because green papers could be used to craft the better platforms anyway. Remember though that loot frequency doesn't increase how many green papers you gain. Alex, the amount of green papers you gain is just linked to the upgrade called green paper bonus. So yeah, remember that it's not like if you get more loot frequency you get also more green papers. It's not linked. Liu7831, hi and welcome. But I'm the same opinion that for example, like green papers, right? Other than using it for the prestige ticket drop rate, you're gonna end up always stacking green papers because you cannot really use them in any ways. Like many upgrades, like you're gonna end up needing other resources to upgrade them, not really like green papers. So like if you can max the green papers bonuses from Endless, the normal one, that should be already plenty of green papers. Like you shouldn't really need that many more. And you can always, remember, you can always sell like the platforms. You can, no, sorry, not the platforms. You can always sell the special blueprints. You can sell them for the common blueprints, right? You can sell them for tons of green papers. So there are many different ways to gain tons of green papers. You don't really need to like farm them on 6.3, right? But yeah, I mean, you're gonna eventually need to use those green peppers in some way, so why not to craft the platforms? And yeah, I mean, it's true that you're gonna end up needing millions of green peppers, but if at the end of the day you can sell like 2 or 3 more maps for 2,000 prestige tickets, that's 6,000 prestige tickets more. So that's, you know, 2, 3, 4 levels for your loot frequency. So yeah, that's why, like in my opinion, like based on the experience I have in the game and on the few tasks I've done, loot frequency, it's superior to loot rarity. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda struggling to even put my Gauss down in 6.2. Have you tried playing on easy, Nico? If not, like if 6.2 is too hard, you might need some more research. So remember what I told you before, go on Endless, complete the quest on the first stage, and get, you know, some more rewards. You upgrade your towers a bit more, especially Gauss or maybe your other offensive towers, and then give it a try again on easy mode. So, you know, if your research is too weak, you might not be able to do 6.2. So yeah, don't worry. You, congrats on getting 1 million bidist in a single run, right? So how long that gameplay was? No, I mean, how long were you able, like how long was the game to be able to gain 1 million bidist in a single game? Oh, 1 week? No, wow. So long. That's insane. I imagine it was a custom map with the Gauss farming, right? Because in order to, well, first of all, to survive that long, you and like to be able to collect, right, at the end of the day, so much loot, you need to play on custom maps. So like how much what I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, which was the highest enemy HP you were able to reach in terms of billions, trillions of HP? Which was the highest wave number? Like which wave were you able to achieve? Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna unlock and I'm gonna actually upload the video very soon on how to unlock Sandbox and how to play it. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, you know, Sandbox is like a secret level that it's already inside the programming of the game, but it's hidden. So in order to access it, you're gonna have to go into the program files. You're gonna have to change some things. No, I've asked the moderators of the game and also to the developer, you know, what he has to say about this. And no, it's fine as long as you don't use it to cheat or you don't like modify the program files to gain advantage or to do stuff like that. So, you know, as long as it's for fun, for entertainment, it's all good. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I remember all the 6.3 bit dust farm on like before the, no wait, I'm pretty sure that after the 1.8 version already the shortest version of 6.3 was already the best one, right? Or did it change over time? I don't remember. I always remember that when I was doing 6.3 I just like I didn't really play for that long like this. Like I never waited until the boss leaked. Like I always ended the game sooner. Alright, nice. You can see all that loot at the beginning and then the loot becomes normal. So you can see that you have all that loot stacked, you receive right at once and then it becomes normal. Okay, that's it. So let's save the game. Yeah, exactly. Clear waves, 817. If you look here, for example, I'm gonna just go into my main account. And I want to show you guys something that I've been trying. Like if you go on 6.3, right? Wait, I'm gonna just put the maximum difficulty just so that I don't destroy the boss right away. But look at what happens. Like if you place bounties, right? Have you seen what happens if you place bounties on this level? It's very interesting what happens. For example, here I'm gonna just place a couple towers just to yeah, make sure it's like this. Wait, I'm gonna disable though the loot, otherwise I can't see anything. So yeah, unfortunately at the beginning you don't really get that many coins, but then as the game progresses, it becomes better. Axel Everett, hi, welcome. Have you done the emoji level? I have, but I haven't like got the score to unlock the rewards. But yeah, I might do a video soon. Let me just see here. Yeah, look at what happens, guys, when you place your bounties. Now I'm gonna just have to go to settings to activate the coins, right? Draw. No, wait, where is it? Wait, where are the coins? Ah, flying coins. Yeah, this one. And look at what happens if you are playing on 6.3 and you actually place a bounty. I don't know if you ever tried to do this. But it's very interesting what happens. Like, you're destroying all these enemies, right? All these waves super easily, right? Shouldn't be that problematic. I'm not gonna even matter here about the loot. I'm gonna just try to show you this. Oh, sorry, Nico, I lost your comment. Should I use modifiers in my games or just ignore them for now? If you want to use them, like to upgrade your towers to make them stronger, then definitely I would say that it's a very nice thing to do. But yeah, it's not like needed to use like modifiers. What is your highest round? Mine is up to 17,000. Personally, I don't know. Because you know, you see the clear waves at the end of the game. So I'm gonna place another bounty here, and I'm gonna show you guys what happens, because it's very interesting. Like, when you play like this on 6.3, you don't get the coins from the bounties. See here, they have generated 0 coins. This big 0. But and that's the fun thing, when you end the game, either when you destroy the boss or where the game is over, you're gonna get all those coins you should have got considering all the waves all at once. So you're gonna get a ton of coins right at the end. And it's so funny. Like, for example, I can just end it right now. I'm gonna end the game right now. And unfortunately you cannot see, but when you do it with the boss, so the game is moving, you see all those like, I don't know, thousands of coins you receive right at once. So it's like super funny. And yeah, I wanted to like show it to you the coins, but unfortunately I don't know, maybe just I wasn't close enough, or maybe I just end the game, like there were too many particles, or maybe like I should have activated maybe here the particles things and all that. But yeah, it's just funny that you get like all the coins, you get them all at the end. Like, it's weird, but you get all the coins at the end because like the waves are counted at the end. So yeah, it's just funny. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys your level Sandbox. I don't know if you guys know how to unlock this level, but I'm gonna like upload the video soon on how to unlock it, how to play it. It's just for fun, you know. And yeah, in this level is like you have a lot of effects that override others. For example, here blue frequency is 100,000%. Then you have up to 100 abilities energy. Enemies are slower. Mining speed, other than the amount you have from your research, you know, it's added. And then you have a bunch of other things. The Gauss is going to consume no resources, and so your Gausses can shoot even when they're not close to miners. So that's super cool, right? And yeah, this is how the level works. Each tower is going to have a bunch of benefits, like regarding their abilities, the ultimates, the special stats, you know, and so on. And the cool thing is that all the towers here are going to have all the abilities unlocked. See? So this is something that you never have. Like, you always have to choose 2 abilities out of 3 from the first 3, right? and then you have to choose between ultimate or power. Yeah, therefore that's the cool thing. You can actually play it on like with all the towers upgraded. So other than the upgrades, you can already have the bonuses. You're gonna have all the abilities active at once. And yeah, of course, the amount of research you have, it's gonna make the tower stronger. For example, here my splash C can level up to level 100, so it has reached its level. My crusher up to level 50. The other towers are gonna be much weaker, so you can see only level 20 for most of them. And yeah, so it's just fun, you know. I just wanted to show you guys, but I'm not gonna play on it, just to show you how the level works and is. And if I go into my main account and I show you the level again, because here I have max endless, right? Like all the towers are gonna be super stronger. Right, look at this now. All the towers, of course, are gonna be level 100, but all the abilities are maxed, plus they are even increased by these additional effects. And so yeah, they do a lot of damage, let's just say like that. They are super strong, like almost 100,000 damage from sniper without any modifiers is insane. And now Gauss is 98 million, 0.5 million here. It's already upgraded maximally. This one, it's a little bit less because it's on a bonus experience tile and not on a power tile. But here the cool thing is that you actually sell all these modifiers, right? And you do damage and then power. Why can I place? Oh, I don't have any more coins, right? I'm gonna have to do a couple waves here. In order to unlock Sandbox level, you have to go into, like, you have to follow some steps. There is already a guide on internet, but you're gonna have to go and modify some program files on the Steam version of the game. This is just for fun, guys. Remember, if you're ever caught using this level to cheat or to take an advantage, you're gonna be banned. So don't do it, and don't modify anything on the files, like other than the few things you're gonna need to make this level accessible. You don't want to modify anything else, because otherwise you might make and cause the game to crash, to not work properly, to be corrupted, and you're gonna be in a sea of troubles. So yeah, that's the damage there with all the modifiers. All right, but of course I don't think really this is best, because see that the XP damage that you get is very low. If instead, rather than placing all these bonus damage minors modifiers, sorry, you get the experience ones. Look at this now. Yeah, very quickly going up. I'm gonna upload the video probably tomorrow morning, or maybe today, like in a couple hours, just to show you well how the process is. And you know, disclaimer, the fact that you have to do it just for entertainment only. You know, don't use the level to cheat or to get an advantage or modify the program files in any other way, because as I said before, you're gonna get either banned or the game is not gonna work. And you can still gain loot on this level, because that's just how it works. So you can still gain loot, but now I'm pretty sure that you get like less loot. 6.3 is much more efficient. Like even cast maps are more efficient. So like using this level even with max endless to farm loot is just bad. So yeah, don't use it to farm resources, because it's not gonna be good. And look here, guys, what happened? Like the enemies are so weak that I can actually use 15 overloads in a row, and my towers can still handle and can still destroy all the enemies. Look at this. And look here at the experience of Gauss. All the miners, of course, have the additional mining speed because of overload, and so Gauss is earning a ton of percentage damage. So if you try to search on Google like Sandbox level Infinitode 2, you should be able to reach like a link of a page where they show step by step how to unlock it. I'm gonna also do a video about it, but you can also do it in that way. Just remember not to modify anything differently, because you might cause the game to crash, or for that reason. So yeah, just showing here what happens with 15 overloads. There's still 100 seconds roughly, and you see here the Gauss has reached 20,000% bonus damage. Of course, it's much less of the damage you can get if you use the method of basic, right? Using basic ultimate. And actually, I think you can even do the trick here, right? Because you can place a basic tower, probably not in the center, maybe in one of the sides, right? And then you can place a Gauss close to it, and then you can clone it. So you can still use the cloning system, I think, to still get a Gauss that has tons and tons of bonus experience, bonus damage. Sorry, yeah, no, that's just the level. Just wanted to show you guys here very quickly. But remember, it's just for fun. Like, don't use the level to, like, for loot is gonna be bad, and and it's just for fun to, maybe you can even test, because here the towers right at the beginning are gonna be already maxed. So maybe you can, for example, you can test just basic, right? You can sell all the other towers, and you can also test, what happens when a tower has all the abilities at once. How much damage it's gonna do, what happens, and yeah, you can test the level in many different ways. Remember, just for fun, not to gain anything. And yeah, so that was the last thing I wanted to show you guys today. I think I'm gonna just end the stream. That was the new account series. Maybe I can just open here the last couple of chests and keys I got. But yeah, thanks for all the comments, thanks for all the feedback. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope you had fun. And actually, let's see, how can I use the bid this year that I've been able to collect. I was lately just doing this, right? Concurrent effects on freezing, just increasing the damage from the first ability of freezing. And then I think I was doing this one from Crusher, just to gain more coins from the ultimate. So yeah, let's do this one, why not? And that's it. So that's it for this live stream, guys. Thanks again. I hope you have a great evening, a great continuation of the day and weekend. Stay well, God bless you, and see ya. Bye bye.